Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, and I am surrounded by fabric today. I decided to play with some fabric scraps to make some embellishments that I can add to some ephemera packs that I'll be doing in an upcoming video as well. So this is what I'm going to be making today. I got these little clamps, and then I accidentally broke off the top of that one, so turned that one into a hidden paper clip. And this one, I just added, you can add a small paper clip. The big paper clip will break that right off, but a small paper clip will bend enough so that you can then use that as a paper clip on a page. And what's nice about this piece is it will hold the fabric taut across the top without it being all floppy, which would happen, I suppose, if you were to just use a paper clip or just sew across it. And then there's this one as well, which I added a paper clip to, or could take the paper clip off, or use the paper clip on the front to hang a dangle and just glue this on a page. So there's different ways to use those. And then if you didn't want to buy those, you could use paper, make a hidden paper clip, and put the fabric like that. And I'll show you how to do all of these things in this video. So what do you need? You need scraps and some cardstock and just little bits of embellishment, whatever it is that you would like to use. So I've got 2 scraps here. I need to add a third, and I thought I had some smaller ones of this, but I think a little bit of, I'll go longer with this one. Longer and narrower. There's no right or wrong here. So I've got my grandma, my dad's mom. She is a quilter. And so she saves me, is that the right pink though? No, but that's the right pink. It's alright, we can pick and choose the pinks we use. That's more the pink I want here. So I'm just gonna tear that bit and hope that it's the right length. Oops, my gram likes to use batiks, but I'm like, she really likes to use batiks. And so by the time I get it, there's hardly anything in there. They're just tiny little bits of batik. Alright, we want the batik on top though, don't we? Although, that is a lot, isn't it? That's alright. I want the frayed bit on the outside. Well, you can fray it some more. Just fray it. If you want it frayed, fray it. If you don't want it frayed, use your pinking shears, maybe. Alright, here's the problem that I'm having though, is this piece at the top is a little bit not quite straight. I mean, you can have it be wonky. That's not a big deal. Alright, we're gonna have all these strings hanging somewhat, but not all the way. Not all the way. That's the word we wanted. And then just pick the color I want, which might be silver here. And do I want lace on this? That's a good question. Do I want lace? There's like no white on here at all. Oh, what do I have for? However, I do have this eyelash trim, which is all different colors. Let me find an end and see if there's a piece that might work here. Like here, that piece there would work. Sounds like I'm talking about a whole different kind of a show with the woodwork. Ha ha ha. And that could even just come right down the middle. Just make sure it gets up there in the clip. This box of clips I will link down in my description box if you're interested, but I will also be sure, don't go buy yet, because I'm going to show you a way to do this without the clip as well. It's just I had been thinking about these clips for a long time, and then I finally bought them, and then I remembered, oh yeah, I can do it without a clip, you know, as I was making them, because I think it was Lily the Paper Witch had made some last year or 2 years ago that I had made, and I remembered how to make those. So I usually start in the middle and then go out. It seems to work better that way, and weirdly this direction seems to work best. I tried doing it like this and I couldn't see getting it in there. And then if you want to make it a paper clip that you can add on a page, I use a small paper clip, and I go in, then I go back up, so that when it's like this, you've got the 2 loops at the top, and then gently, trying not to break that top piece that I now know can break off, and now I'm like afraid all the time, just bend that down, and now you can paper clip it to a page. But you could also use a safety pin or whatever and attach it to like the side of it. Like if you have a journal with a signature that's this wide, you could hang this off the side. It'd be really cute. So that's doing it with the crimp, the ribbon crimp. I think that's what it's called. Ribbon crimp, I think. And this one comes with all, it's like 301 pieces. It's a ton. So that was really easy to do it that way. And I'll also show you how to do it with the paper. Let's see, I've got this one started. Oh, I need taller pieces for the paper. That's the only thing. And like Gail, I'm on team no iron. So I have tons of navy blue stuff. So let's go for that. Ooh, that has gray. I had one piece of gray in here somewhere. Of course I did. Oh, also, what if I were to take, no, that's gray and black. Don't like that. Yep, I'm always, ooh, I like the small dots with that. So sometimes I will go ahead and find my fabrics first. I love this. Pretty sure, I don't know if that was from my grandma or not. Probably. Oh, this has, it's a little bit more blue than that gray, but it can work. So we have two florals, but they're very different size. They're actually very different. It's just very different. But I think they'll work. I just tear my fabric. You don't have to tear your fabric. You can use pinking shears, make it all pretty, however you like to do it. I'm going to have this one be the in-between piece to give your eye a rest from like the two different patterns or whatever. And then I'm going to cut this off just a little bit. I really like this fabric. I wish I knew where, if I got it or Graham got it, I don't know. But I like it. And then I could even come back and repeat this pattern up here if I want to. I might want to. Or I could, actually I'm going to save that because I might want to decorate the other side of it. And I could use pretty much white, cream. It wouldn't really matter as far as some lace. I have tons of lace. Lace is something I definitely have. Ooh, if I wanted to add a little bit of brown, that could work. So for this next bit, you're going to want cardstock. So you can either use like some plain white cardstock. This isn't very thick cardstock. It's just like, it only feels like it's maybe like 50, 60 weight. But I think it will work because you're going to need two pieces as well. So if I use this front bit, I want to make sure that, I want to make sure it matches my fabric. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know if it does or not, but so I'm going to cut this the width of my fabric, and I get all technical. No, I don't. Just fold it and cut it. I can usually see the line if it's there. That's for the outside piece. The outside piece has to be, and then for the height, you're going to want to get your paper clip. You like to use big paper clips for these, and take your paper clip and then fold it so that your paper clip's going to be covered completely by that. So this is our outside piece. It's going to show, it doesn't have to be perfectly straight. It's not even going to show on both sides. And then this can be, this piece can be the inside piece. Doesn't matter which way it goes, but you're going to have that one be a little bit shorter than that one so that it doesn't poke out. It can be, it just needs to be wide enough to be able to get this paper clip over it so that it doesn't really show. And then this piece, I'm going to find them. I'm not folding it, I'm just creasing it right there at the top in the middle so I can see where the middle is. And then I'm just going to cut out a little tiny divot like that so that when I put my paper clip in here, it can poke out a little bit and we have a place for a dangle at the top. Now, I'm going to be covering him, so it doesn't matter really too much about him. That one's upside down, so I'm going to put the upside down one on the front because I'm going to cover it anyway. And I'll have him on the back, and he'll probably also get covered. It won't matter, but if some of him shows, it also won't matter. Nope, I'm going to do it this way because I'm just going to cover some of it. I want some of those polka dots to show. And I don't want to cover up that much of the fabric. So this front piece, I'm going to take a pair of my fun scissors, or if you have an edge punch or however you want to do it. Which one do I want to use? Nope, not that one. Maybe just a little scallopy one. So, see, I'm going to cut off his head anyway. You just need to leave enough so that your fabric can get tucked in there and held on. It's okay if it's not straight. Calm yourself. Okay, so I'm going to start on the back side. I'm going to glue this down. You can use Fabri-Tac, you can use art glitter glue. For this side, I tend to just use the art glitter glue. And you're only putting glue on this middle piece. If you put glue on this piece, you're not going to be able to clip it onto a page. That's just how it works. Okay, so I'm going to glue that down. Make sure you have this where you want it because you've just put glue, or I've just put glue on the paper clip itself to hold it in there where I want it. And the part that's going to go on the page is this part in here, which is why you don't want, like if you were to glue this down, you'd only be able to clip it to there. Because that, you don't want to do that, just saying. So now, I still want to find, what do I want to find? I still wanted to find a piece of lace, didn't I? Oh, and maybe a zipper. Alright, I think I'm going to use a little piece of this eyelet, but I'm going to use it to cover that top bit. And if you have eyelet and it has this top piece on it, which makes it kind of curve, you can just cut that piece off. You can use pretty scissors, your pinking shears if you want it to look pretty. Or you can just hack at it like I'm doing with not fabric scissors. And that is how you get it to lay straight. Now I could even put it under there. Look, it's like much longer now, and that'd be cute too. I just need to figure out what I want to cover him with if I do that. But also, I could just do that, and that covers a lot of that, and then I could use a little strip of something up there as well. So, let's go ahead and cut that off. And then I've got this zipper. This one's gray. So this is, the zipper idea comes from Michelle, the one that does like all the padded heart company. Oh, I couldn't remember it before. That's where the idea to use the zippers comes from. And I just want to use a piece, get the staple out would be good. So I want to unzip it. I don't want the zipper on there. Well, that'll come off eventually. And then just cut a piece depending on how, I don't want that bit. I just want like, these are plastic so they can be cut with scissors easily. And then I could have it sticking out from down there, or I could have it sticking out here. I like that. Okay. And then this bit can cover that with a little strip of fabric up there. Okay. So now when I glue this in, I want to make sure that I only glue, what's this piece here is annoying. That little piece of scrap or whatever it is does not need to be in there. Doesn't want to come out either. Welcome to my world. Okay, so I'm using Fabri-Tac for this because I'm using fabric to paper. I'm only putting glue on this middle piece. If I put glue on this outside piece, it's not going to go over the page. I'll say that like 5 more times at least, probably, because it is very important. If I repeat something, it means it is very, very important. And if my glue doesn't want to come out, it means I'm going to get irritated. So I make sure I put some on the card and on the, what is that called? Oh, and I want to come up on this piece too, just to the edges. You don't want it to seep out, so don't go too close to the edges. That's why I leave some room on the edges, because otherwise it will seep out. And this just needs to go up high enough so that that covers it. That's all. And then, whoops, make sure that is up in there. When you put your zippers down, there is a little piece that sticks up more, and you probably want to have that one up. Otherwise, it's going to feel even more bulky than it already is. And believe me, it's already pretty bulky. Alright, and then I'm just going to put some more Fabri-Tac on this front part. And come across with that. hand. I don't, oh yeah, I didn't spread out my glue. So while it's wet, you see the lines, but hopefully when it dries, you won't. And if it does, I'll just add something else to it. A little piece of lace or fabric or paper or whatever floats my boat at the moment. So that is how you do this kind, and you can go as wide as you want. Well, you won't want to go wider than the page, but you know, if you want it to be the width of your page, it totally can. And then it just goes on a book page. I was like, I had a piece of page earlier, and it's this part, this middle part that goes over the page. It's still a little bit wet. You don't want to put it on your final page until it's totally glued on there. And then you take a dangle that you might already have made. I definitely have some already made. I do things in steps, like, you know, I make a bunch of dangles, and then another time I might make a bunch of something else. I wish these were blue and silver instead of black and silver. Still might work though. A little bit, because we got this gray sticking out here. If that keeps coming out and you don't like it, just glue it down. It's fine. What about this one? That blue's a little too blue. Alright, you don't have to find the perfect one. You're just showing people what it looks like, lady. Lady! Ooh, I don't like the snowflake one because that doesn't really work. That's a different blue, but it's kind of cool. I don't know, is anybody seeing the perfect one in here and is like, why aren't you choosing that one? That's the little dragonfly on it. It's just subtle. I don't have anything that perfectly matches, but you don't have to have it be perfectly matching either. That's a different blue, but it doesn't not work either. It's just the black. Yep, I'm overthinking it. This is what overthinking it looks like, in case you're wondering. I could go through my beads, but I still would never find the perfect one. Oh, this one I like because... Alright, so this is just like a little tiny one. And if I had thought, I would have put it on before I put the, but I just need a jump ring. The jump rings are the little circles like these. And I usually will put like 3. So I'm going to do a small one, smaller one to attach it, and then do a bigger one between, and maybe do another smaller one. Oh, we'll see how that works. I'm not great with jump rings. They're not my favorite thing to use, which is why you don't see me doing a lot of beading and stuff. But I will show you how I attach this. Now, this came with the clamps, and then I have another one here. Oh, this one is one I already had. For me, jump rings, it's just easier to use 2 of these. So I use one to hold it. This is going to be super fiddly. I don't like fiddly things. That's my problem. And then I'm going to open this. The reason I'm doing 3 is because I want it to hang. So you go, I'm not a professional. I just know this is the right way to do it. You go like this. You don't pull apart like that. You always do that. And I'm going to stick that on there. And then I'm going to stick my big one on there. And then close it. And even though I go the way you're supposed to, it still never, there we go, that looks right. Alright, and then I'm going to take this other little one. I can't even see because I'm in my 50s, and I'm like, where is the, there it is. If I hold it at arm's length, I might be able to see it better, but I won't be able to work with it any better. This is why jewelry making is not my thing. I do it when I'm in the mood, but I got rid of a lot of my jewelry making stuff when I found out that I don't love it. I made a bunch, and once I run out of those, maybe I'll go find some things that I do like. Alright, so we're going to put this big ring on there, and then we're going to put it on our paper clip. And then close it back up. Oh, see, that's what happens. Even though I open it and close it the right way, it always ends up having a little bit of a opening. Even though so I'm just going to push that together. There we go. And then it has a cute little dangle. I do 3 so it has a place to hang. And this smaller one does work. I did a bigger one on another one. Where is it? Where's the one I did a big one on? Is it even here? Oh, this one. Whoops, this one I did 3 big ones, but this kind of sticks out a lot. So doing the smaller one at the top makes sense. But the bigger one, just, I don't know. I like the big one in the middle. It's alright. So this is another one I made with some coffee dyed fabrics and with the clamp. So here's an example of what it looks like when you have a dangle on the clamp, and then you could just glue this down like a fabric flip, but you didn't have to sew it or anything, and you didn't have to glue it until you glue it onto the page. And then the hidden paper clips are just super, like I said, don't glue them on, don't put them on your page till the glue is dry, just to be safe. And then you can decorate the back side of this, and then this isn't going to show because it's going to be on the other page. So there you go. Those are some ways to use fabric scraps. Let's see, we're at 21 minutes. That's alright. A shorter video is good. So if you missed how something was made, just go back through and watch it again. Watch it as many times as you need to figure out that hidden paper clip. And then, you know, you could just put a little piece of lace across there, piece of fabric, or even paper. And like I said, if this won't stay lined up the way you want it, just add a bead of glue. Like this one's kind of getting on my nerves. So I'm just going to add a little bead of glue. And the zippers, I got those at thrift stores. You can sometimes find zippers at thrift stores. Like, I have found like bunches. Like these are the ones that I was actually going to get rid of, because I have another thing of them. I have so many. So these are in a de-stash box, but then I've been using them because, well, now I have a thing to use them for. Because they were close to me is why they ended up getting used. Because I'm going to make some, yeah, next video should be ephemera packs, ephemera holders. I'll make them on screen and then they'll be in my shop. There are the 2 most recent journals that I put up I've already sold, but there are still some journals in my shop, mixed media journals that are practically naked, and then I usually will put an ephemera pack in with those journals. So I hope you all have a delightful day. And I hope you enjoyed this. Did I show them all closely? I'll show them all closely real quick. I got the sun shining like right there. So this is, it's just really cute. And I can do a dangle from the top or do the paper clip like I did on this one. This is the little bead that was on this fabric that I got from Kim's Images. And she's got, so on Etsy, like, so if you're like just starting out and you don't have a lot of fabric, just check out Etsy. There are strips of fabric that you can get, and then this one I just need to decorate the back. That will also go on a page. That's also a hidden paper clip. And the batik with some Tim Holtz fabric is really fun. And then this one is one that I made on another video that I'm never going to show. It's just like, you know what, I'm going to start this over and make it better. But it meant that I had things to show you before I even started. Just decorate the back of that because they're upside down. I did that on purpose, kind of, sort of, because that's going to make me decorate it. Or use paper, put the upside down part on the front, whichever side you're going to cover. And then this has got some ticking, and some fabric also came from Kim's Images. She's up in Canada. She ships to US as well. I'm not sure if she ships overseas or not. Her website should say so. I'll link her shop below. But yeah, you can just search on Etsy. I wish Ko-fi had an easier way to search, because I know there are people that sell things on Ko-fi. Like I sell things on Ko-fi, but the only problem I have with Ko-fi is that it doesn't have a great search engine for the shops. So there's that. But I'll try to, I need to get better at my website. I have a website, darcysmixedmedia.com. So I need to like start like maybe posting some of the things I'm selling on there, and then the link to the shop would be right under it. I think is how I'm going to do things like that. Yeah, if you like to iron, then you would iron that down. Otherwise, just put it, when it's in the book, make sure it's flat, and eventually it'll flatten itself out. Hope you guys have a delightful day. Love you.